Hey everybody, welcome to the Baltimore and Ohio Southeastern Model Railroad in N scale. Grab a cup of coffee and a donut or three, and let's run some trains and do some switching. Well, good morning everybody. Let's run the last train of our interchange trains. Be the westbound train. So we're going to use the NW2 again to pull the cars out onto the passing siding because I don't have enough space if I run into the wall to do the switching like I did last time. So it struggled. We're pulling 6 cars out of the yard across the frogs and the curves and stuff, so struggled a little bit with that many cars. A couple times I had to nudge it. I mean, it was running, it didn't stall, it just couldn't pull them. And they're in this Saturday afternoon. It's a beautiful day, but it's pretty hot for middle of September. Like 87, 88 degrees. Fluffy clouds floating around the blue sky, about like my backdrop. It's got a little breeze. You can hear the wind chimes. So I cut out that part where it was struggling. Sort of a lazy day for everyone. Mouse and Bunny are laying on the shade in the back porch. X-ray's on the chair beside me. Jazz is in on the cool kitchen floor. So we're going to uncouple from the train, and NW2 will back past the crossover so he's out of the way. And he'll just hang out here because the next thing he has to do, after the train drops off the cars, is to start building the Oak Hill train. So the flat car that you just saw go by, I weathered that deck myself. I sort of used the decks you get from microtrains as inspiration, and used several different colored paints and tried to emulate it. And then I weathered it pretty heavy with chalk. It looks pretty good. I thought about just using one of those decks, but the stake pockets didn't line up. You'll see it in this view a little bit. For some reason, the train stalled right there, and so after it was all over with, I checked it out and had just a little bit of, I guess it might be glue residue on the track. I cleaned it all up, but I was really shocked. That's why you might have heard me sort of make a exclamation there. I can't believe a double-headed train stalled on the main line. I think I figured out the problem. So we're going to split the train. I think the first 5 cars are the ones that are going to go to Chillicothe. I think the flat car is the breaking point, I believe. The train's going to pull up past the crossover, and we'll just put these cars right into the yard. Could have done it the opposite way. I could have had them leave these cars on the passing siding and then pull the cars from the yard and have the NW2 then yard the cars. So for this area in between the elevator tracks and the yard tracks, I don't want any buildings, anything. I don't want to have to anything that's going to block the view and that I have to reach over. So I'm thinking about putting just a very low hill. I don't want this to be dead flat. You know, nothing more than an inch at the peak, just sort of a rounded mound, and cover it with static grass and scrubby trees, things like that. It's not going to be anything high. I don't want to block the view. And again, I don't want to have to reach over it to do any switching. And I will get that done this winter. Alright, now we're going to go pick up the cars off the passing siding. So I'm going to let you know that this is the last weekend you're going to get 2 videos for probably a couple months. I'm starting to travel, and it's actually probably the worst travel I've ever had. It's not that I'm not going to be home at all. I will be, but it'll be for short periods, and I'll have things to do when I'm home. So I don't know if I'm going to get in the train room. So I'm going to try to get you 1 video every weekend. I don't know if I can do that toward the end of it. We'll see. I didn't put any videos of Jazzy on this week. She is continuing to do better. And Vet is pleased. Backing off some of the oxygen therapy, which is good for the pocketbook. So stuff's not cheap. But continuing to do exercises every day and having laser therapies occasionally. So she's doing well. After we make the coupling, the train is going to start heading west. I don't have enough tail track for the whole train to disappear, so the video is going to end here after 4 or 5 cars. I hope everybody is having a great weekend. Hope everybody gets some rain that needs some rain, because we need it. Not as bad as a lot of people. We definitely need it. And you're going to see the last shot is going to be how far I can run the train. That's where I had to stop. So. As far as I can go. Everybody stay safe.